Hello and happy Halloween! Today we are doing all things spooky in the coziest way possible, starting off with pancakes for breakfast.
See the ocean, how it sways in the sun. Keeping our stories in its motion, lies the truth about us.
We obviously need to have some spooky treats to keep us going. I went to the shop the other day and I got some Halloween themed sweets. These ones are just shaped like little pumpkins, but these are going to be for later on to have while we're carving some pumpkins. So I'm also going to make some gingerbread that we can have during the day today, because I've got some little cookie cutters that are shaped like pumpkins, which are adorable, and I've got some regular gingerbread men shaped cookie cutters which we can decorate all spooky. So I've already made the dough, so what we're going to do now is just roll it out on the side and cut out our little shapes and pop it in the oven. Okay, so we want this to be about ½ centimetre thick, which I think is what we've got. It feels pretty even. So now we can cut out our little shapes. Okay, so while the gingerbread is baking, I'm gonna do something that hopefully will be really quick because we've only got 10 minutes. But it's something that I've wanted to do for years, and it's just framing leaves, basically. But I've always liked the idea. I've always wanted to get a frame that was glass on both sides so you could completely see through it, and then pop some autumn leaves in. So I found one online and I think this is going to be perfect. Obviously this comes out, it has this little stand built into it, so I could leave it freestanding and put it on my desk or on the shelves, but I imagine I could also just use some like command strips to stick this onto the wall, and I just think it's going to be so cute. So I'm going to dig out all the leaves that I pressed last year. Whenever I go for walks, I pick up leaves, bring them home, and then when I get home I stick them in the biggest books that I can find, so they'll stay nice and preserved and they won't like curl or dry out. And then I forgot all about them when I did this last year, so there's going to be so many books in here that just have random leaves in, so we're going to have a little leaf hunt, find my favourites and then pop them in this frame. I think I know one of the books that I used. This one, which is actually the most gorgeous coffee table book, but it's got some kitchen roll sticking out of it, and I think I put leaves in the kitchen roll. I did. Look at how beautiful are these colours. I have some leaves behind me on the bookshelves that I never pressed, and they've like all curled in on themselves and gone really brown. But when you press them, they keep their colour, and then they stay, well, obviously they stay flat, but they keep their colour, and it just perfectly preserves them. So these are 3 very strong contenders. So I'll see if I've got any more. Oh. Oh, she is beautiful. Oh, I found another one. Oh. I've got so many in here. Okay, I think that's everything in this one. And we'll just check. Oh yeah, this is sticking out the edge of this one. Okay. Oh, she is gorgeous. And then we have our leaves. This is going to be the hardest part, is choosing which one's good to go in the frame. So I think I maybe should read the instructions, but I'm pretty sure this just has these little things that pop out. Slide one piece of glass. No fingerprints is going to be the hardest part of this. I kind of am loving this, and I don't know whether it stands on its own, whether we add in. Okay, that's option 1. We could go for a big yellow one, and maybe I'm kind of feeling the first option more. What do we do? We do this guy. Okay, I actually really like that, but I'm wondering whether option 1 is the winner. Oh, now I'm torn, because the third option was pretty cool as well. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna go with option 3, which is surprising because I for sure felt like I was gonna use this brown leaf. I don't know if it's because these are all a similar colour, I don't know, this one is just speaking to me. So we're gonna go with option 3. I might have to get like 2 more of these frames and then just do the other 2, and then I can have them all together on the wall. But what I need to do now is try and get the glass back in here without moving the leaves, which I think will be easier said than done. So I'm just gonna try and de-fingerprint. Okay, here's the scary bit. So slide that in, try and keep it. Now they're moving, okay. Oh, this is so much more difficult than I thought. Okay, it's on, but the leaves have moved. Let's pop that back up there. These back where they should be. And see if I can like, yes, no, don't move. Getting it. Okay, that's not bad, that's not bad. And we need to squish these little things back in to stop the glass from moving. Yes, okay. Okay, you're seeing it first. Does it look cool? Really hope so. It does, it does. Okay, was that way more difficult than I thought it was going to be? Yes, but I think it was worth it. How cute is this? I did do this with the intention of hanging it on the wall, but now that I can see it on my desk, I think maybe we might leave it on here for a little bit, and then maybe I'll get, like I said, 2 more frames so that I can do these other groupings of leaves. But I'm so happy with how that turned out. So I'm going to really quickly pop these leaves back in some books to keep them nice and safe until I get some frames for them, and then we can go take the gingerbread out the oven because I think it's about done by now.
On one of their most requested cases ever, the Black Dahlia.
Whoa. Okay, so I think the gingerbread is ready to be iced. Oh, it smells so good. So I'm gonna lay these out. The little baby pumpkins turned out so cute. They're so tiny. So I'm gonna lay them all out. I've got a little spooky cup of tea, and I've got some inspo photos for the gingerbread men because I'm actually going to try and make them look like little skeletons. So I have my reference picture ready. I don't know if they'll actually turn out anything like that, but we can give it a go. And then I think I'm going to pop an autumnal show on in the background. I haven't actually watched any of Wednesday yet, and that just feels kind of criminal. So that might be my background show while I'm icing the gingerbread. You think the skull looks a bit odd? Okay, these turned out so cute. It took me a little while to get the skulls right, but I think I nailed it. Like, especially on this one. I don't know if you can see that, but this one I am the most proud of. I don't know how long they're gonna take to like dry or set, if they'll be able to be stacked on top of each other, but I've got a little cake stand. I'm gonna see how many I can fit in here, just all laid out flat. Oh, like what? Oh my goodness, this is adorable. And the little baby ones. Okay, I think that'll do. I squished its arm a little bit. Sorry, little buddy. Okay. Okay, the next part is quite possibly my favourite part of Halloween at all, and that is carving pumpkins. So I've got my whole setup ready. I've got a pumpkin. I've gone for a small one for today because I've just remembered that the sun sets incredibly fast here, and I want to try and get this done with enough light so that you can see what I'm doing and see my little pumpkin. It might be a bit darker by the time we've finished, but we'll see how we get on. So I'm just going to do a little one today because I think it might be faster. Well, I'm sure it will be. There'll be less goo to scoop and less surface area to carve. So we'll see how we get on with this little guy. I've also got a pumpkin carving kit. This is an upgrade from my usual, I've been using for like the last 5 years, those little plastic ones that you can get, you know, with the orange plastic handles. I've been using those for like 5 years and it's a little bit of a struggle bus. So I have upgraded the setup this year. I've obviously got a bag to scoop the guts into, got a pen to draw on my design, I've got my phone for an inspo photo, and I've got my laptop because we are going to be watching Hocus Pocus in the background while I do this, but I've put it all the way on the end of the table so that we don't get pumpkin goo on it. Well, I'm going to try not to, at least. So, first things first, we're going to choose our side. I think I'm going to work on this side because it's got the least sort of dents on it. So I'm going to work on this side. I'm going to pull up my inspo photo and then we're going to draw on the design. I'm very bravely going straight in with pen. Sometimes I try and like roughly put it on with a pencil first, but we're just going in. We're going in with pen. It's a pretty simple face, I think. I say this now. So I'm going to start with the eye. Okay, that's cute. What I sometimes, quite often what I do is draw the eyes too low and then the mouth is like all the way on the bottom of the pumpkin. But I think that's cute. When I do draw with pen as well, if I'm not sure if I'm going to get it right, I draw it just slightly smaller than what I think it's going to be, and then if I need to change the shape I can expand around the outside because whatever's on the inside is just going to be cut away, so it doesn't matter if you go wrong. Okay, I might have done it again where I've drawn the face too low. I think it's because when I draw it I hold it tilted up like this instead of as it's going to be seen down on the ground, but maybe I'll just put this one up high on a shelf and then you'll be able to see it. And I don't know if this is the most effective way to cut out the lid, but my mum always taught me to not just cut a circle, but to cut it in like a zigzag. I'm not going to draw that on because I can never stick to it. Or should I draw it on? Maybe I will. Just roughly. Again, like I said, I don't know if it's the most effective way to have the lid, but this is what I've always done. So now it's just a habit. I'm not sure if it's because it's easier to know if you've got it in the right place, because it will only fit on one exact way, rather than I guess if you cut a circle, it might be hard to get it on right, or maybe it's not as secure. I'm not really sure. I'm going to stop blabbing now and start the actual carving process. Once I've got my tools free. These feel like they're going to make life so much easier. I've got this giant spoon for scooping guts, and then quite a thin serrated blade for cutting, and then this, which I'm assuming you can either use to pierce, to like, sorry, that was probably a bit aggressive. You can probably either use it to pierce to start the cut, or I'm guessing maybe you could also use this to kind of like file down the edges to make them smoother. It does say piercing tool, so I guess you would pierce in and then swap to the carving tool. Okay, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to play my movie and get to carving. Okay, I've run upstairs to show you the grand reveal because the sun is all but set, but this room is on the other side of the house and this side gets the sun for a tiny bit more time, so we're up here on our last few minutes of daylight. So now is the time to pop the candle in and see what she looks like. I don't know, is she going through the eyeball? Maybe. Okay, that's working. Yeah, she is. Oh, it looks cute.
Oh, look. Another glorious morning.